The words still echo in my mind like a storm that never quite passes. Don't complain. This is all you can handle. She said it with that soft, pitying smile, as if she were doing me a kindness. But in that moment, something inside me cracked wide open. My name is Sarah, and for 8 years, I had built my life around this airbase. I wasn't a pilot. I wasn't the one streaking across the sky in an F-16. I was the quiet one in the support office, coordinating family readiness programs, writing training manuals, making sure the wives and children left behind had someone to call when the deployments got too heavy. I loved the work. It was steady, meaningful, until the day it started to feel like it was swallowing me whole. Claire was supposed to be my safe place. We had been close for 3 years: picnics, coffee runs, late night talks when the jets roared overhead and kept us awake. Her husband, Captain Ryan, flew the big missions. Everyone knew his name. Claire wore that life like a crown. The perfect officer's wife, always composed, always one step ahead. I admired her. I trusted her. It happened at the annual family picnic. The grass was warm under our feet. Kids laughed in the distance, and the smell of grilled burgers mixed with jet fuel. I had let my guard down. The deadlines had been brutal. The new training program I was building felt impossible, and I was exhausted. I told her, voice cracking just a little, "Claire, I don't know how much more of this I can carry. It feels like I'm failing everyone." She tilted her head, gave me that sympathetic look, and said it. "Oh, Sarah, don't complain. This is all you can handle." The words landed like a slap. My cheeks burned. I laughed it off in front of her. But later, alone in my little base house, I sat on the edge of my bed and let the tears fall. Shuddered. That's the only word that fits. I felt small, exposed, like every late night one had spent perfecting those manuals was suddenly meaningless. How could the woman I confided in see me that way? Like I was fragile glass while she was unbreakable steel. I went to bed that night telling myself it was just one comment. But deep down, a quiet unease settled in my chest. What I didn't know then was that those words were only the beginning. The real betrayal was already unfolding, hidden behind smiles and shared secrets. And the thing that would finally expose it all was her husband's call sign. The weeks after the picnic blurred together in a haze of forced smiles and sleepless nights. I tried to push Claire's words away. I threw myself deeper into the training program I had been building for months, a comprehensive guide to help new military spouses handle the emotional weight of deployments. It was my passion project. I stayed late, rewrote sections until they felt perfect, poured every ounce of my own loneliness into those pages, so no one else would feel as lost as I sometimes did. But something started to feel off. Emails I sent to the commander suddenly came back with Claire's name attached. Sections I had written appeared in her presentations with only minor changes. At first, I told myself I was being paranoid. Then I found the folder on the shared drive, the one she had forgotten to lock. Inside were my original drafts, timestamps showing I had created them weeks before she ever touched them. She had been copying my work, editing just enough to claim it as hers, and presenting it upstairs as her own breakthrough ideas. My hands shook as I read the emails where she told the commander, "I've been working nonstop on this. The team really needs someone who can handle the full load." The same woman who had looked me in the eye and said I couldn't handle more was stealing the very proof that I could. I sat there in the empty office, fluorescent lights buzzing above me, professionally, personally. This was the friend who had held my hand when my last relationship fell apart, the one who brought me soup when I was sick. The one I had defended when other wives gossiped about how she bragged too much. And all along, she had been quietly destroying the one thing I had left, my sense of worth. That night I didn't cry. I sat on my couch, staring at the wall, feeling hollow, destroyed. Every kind word she had ever said to me now felt like a setup. Every time she had encouraged me to take it easy had been a way to keep me small while she climbed higher on my back. I wanted to scream at her. I wanted to march into the commander's office and spill everything. But something stronger than anger rose up instead. A quiet, burning resolve. I copied every file. I took screenshots of every email. I started keeping my own records, silent and careful. I stopped sharing ideas with her. I smiled when I had to, but inside I was changing. The woman who once believed her words was fading. In her place was someone who refused to stay broken. I began staying even later, polishing the program until it shone. I started mentoring the newer wives myself, in quiet one-on-one conversations, because I knew exactly how it felt to be told you weren't enough. Pain had cracked me open, but strength was filling the cracks. Claire had no idea the storm she had invited into her own life. The annual awards ceremony was supposed to be a celebration. The hangar was decorated with flags and fairy lights. Pilots in dress uniforms, families dressed up, cameras rolling for the base newsletter. Smiling like the proud wife she loved to be, Ryan was being honored for exceptional leadership and flight hours. Everyone clapped when his name was called. Then the presenter said, "Before we present the award, Captain Ryan has asked to share the personal story behind his call sign. Roll the video." The lights dimmed. On the giant screen, Ryan appeared in his flight suit, standing beside his jet. He looked straight into the camera, calm and steady. "My call sign is Raptor," he began. "Most people think it's about being fierce in the air, but the truth is, I chose it after a conversation with someone who reminded me what real strength looks like. Not the loud kind, the quiet kind. Her name is Sarah. She works in support, and she's been carrying more than anyone gives her credit for. She builds the programs that keep our families strong when we're gone. And recently, I learned her ideas have been taken from her. That stops tonight." The hangar went completely silent. You could hear a pin drop. Ryan continued, voice firm. "Sarah, thank you. The commander has reviewed the records. The full credit for the new spouse training program is yours. And starting next month, you'll lead it officially." The applause started slow, then exploded. People turned to look at me. I sat there, heart hammering, tears stinging my eyes. Her perfect smile had shattered, then at the floor exposed in front of the entire base. Ryan stepped off the stage and walked straight to me. He shook my hand in front of everyone, eyes kind. Claire never approached me again. Within weeks, an internal review confirmed what I had documented. She was quietly reassigned to a desk job far from the spotlight. The woman who told me I couldn't handle more had finally met the limits of her. As for me, I stood a little taller. I looked in the mirror and saw someone. The pain didn't disappear, but it no longer defined me. It's simply refusing to stay small. It's letting the truth rise on its own wings sometimes. Claire's words tried to clip mine, but in the end, and that is a kind of peace no one can ever take away.